of you may remember Monstro as the same whale who swallowed Geppetto and Pinocchio. Storybook Land, everyone. If you take a look to your left-hand side, just around the bend here, you're going to see the cave of the Big Bad Wolf. The Big Bad Wolf spends all this time trying to swim across the canal and get to the three little pigs' houses on the other side. You can see the house made of straw, the house made of sticks, and the house made of 100% wolf-proof. Right on our left-hand side is Alice's village, where Alice and the White Rabbit live. Alice spends most of her time daydreaming about that golden afternoon when she followed the White Rabbit down her cobblestone path into his rabbit hole and fell into Wonderland. At the center of the canal, we have the lovely London Park. It's the same park that John, Michael, and Wendy flew over with a little help from Tinkerbell's pixie dust to get to Never Never Land, following Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, so they would never have to grow up. Marketplace where Aladdin first met Princess Jasmine. You know, they say the only thing he stole that day was Jasmine's heart. Just around the corner here on our right-hand side, you can see the cottage where Snow White and the 7 dwarves live. Buried in the trees there is the diamond mine where you can still hear the dwarves whistle while they work. On our left-hand side is the Blue Chateau where Cinderella used to live with her evil stepmother and wicked stepsisters. Luckily for her, she had just been swept off her feet, and she now lives in her pink and gold castle on the hill up there, happily ever after. Inspired by the Silly Symphony Lullaby Land, which came out in 1933. A couple of the trees here in Storybook Land are over 150 years old, and a few of them were even planted by Mr. Walt Disney himself back before he opened the park in 1980 because he's in Fantasyland on a wild ride to nowhere in particular. Also on our left-hand side, we have the 3 Dutch windmills from the animated classic The Old Mill. The one on the right-hand side was shelter for the local farm animals during the blustery thunderstorm. And just beneath the shadow of the Matterhorn here, we have Alpine Village where Geppetto and Pinocchio live. That woodcarver shop there is where he carved Pinocchio and wished upon a star that his favorite puppet would become a real boy. This is where Sticker first enters the human, and in the harbor is his ship. If you take a look over to your left-hand side, you might catch a glimpse of Atlantica, where she used to live with her father, King Triton, and stand up at the same time and disembark for our safety and for the balance of our boat. We don't want anyone joining Ariel under the sea. Alright, crew, well, you've been terrific. I do hope I've been a good captain. But most importantly, I hope you all take a little bit of Storybook Land home with you today and find your very own happily ever